Hey VIPs, welcome to our Facebook Live. We are super excited to have you here for this month's round table. I have Lee Olson, our Vice President of Operations, and I have Tara. I can never say your last name, Tara, to be fully real.
Kranz.
That one, HR. So we kind of just have some general questions that came from all of you. So these were the top ones that were coming through. Our top one, Tara, can you explain to us what truck bucks are, what the system is, how people can get them?
Absolutely. So Bonusly, our Veriha recognition program, hopefully everyone's heard of Bonusly. Truck bucks is something we offer. Every employee at Veriha gets a certain amount of truck bucks each month. So maybe you get 50, maybe you get 100, it'll be deposited in your account. And we want the employees to use those every month. So by the end of the month, those will actually go away if you don't use them. We want our employees to recognize their peers for things such as, hey, saw you wearing your ice cleats today, or thanks for stepping up and taking this load today, or anything like that. We want those shout outs. I think we all like to be recognized. And this has a little bonus attached, hence the name Bonusly. So we call them truck bucks, and you will also get truck bucks for things such as driver appreciation or Christmas time or birthdays. Yep, all different things, safety milestones. So that you can accumulate your truck bucks and then cash them in later on for rewards. There's so many different rewards you can cash them in for. You can cash them in for a Veriha safety hat, Veriha apparel, or if you like Starbucks and you want to stop and get a coffee, you can cash them in for that. And it's really nice when you cash them in, you get that code sent to you in real time. So that's what truck bucks are in a nutshell. If it's something you've not used yet with Bonusly, if people haven't used it yet, we definitely want them to log on so they can contact myself or Megan Wells, and we can walk them right through it. Super easy, and you're already getting rewarded, so you might as well use that. But most importantly, we really want to be recognizing one another.
So just a comment, I've heard from drivers that they've saved their truck bucks and actually have cashed them in for different things that they were saving up for or that they wanted to get for their family members. So really starting to see more participation out there. I know early on it was, hey, what is this all about? How do we use this? So I think just really getting more interest, and if drivers aren't sure how to use it, just reach out to their fleet leader, HR, to help them get signed in and see what opportunities they have.
My favorite was that one driver saved, I think about $100, and maybe it wasn't that much, but he put it towards a GoPro on Amazon. So we got an Amazon gift card, bought it from there because he saved them up and got a good deal on it with the Friday, Monday sales that we've been having. The sales are just going to keep going on Amazon between now and Christmas. So
for sure. And another thing they can do that was neat, I was showing a new employee today, was they can donate to a charity. Like if it's like, well, I don't need, money for anything, or I don't need anything, donate to one of your favorite charities. We have a lot listed on there, and we can add more too. So pretty neat concept. So
yeah, that's a good call out. If there is something that's not available out there to be redeemed, maybe that's something we'd want to think about for future. So definitely, if you guys have ideas, let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. And I personally am a fan of the gifts. It's kind of my favorite part, that I can go and find fun ones.
Oh yes. Yep, we have to add those.
So recently we opened up our driver help desk. That's We Love Our Drivers at Veriha.com. So Lee, you've kind of been leading that charge for us. So can you explain to us what it is, what it's for, who can submit, what information do you need as we're going through the tickets?
Sure. So recently we just rolled out We Love Our Drivers, which, as Tricia said, is like a help desk ticket. It's an out-of-the-box software that helps us track driver concerns, maybe frustrations that have escalated that need to be resolved, and it really gives us an opportunity to deal with issues as they come up more real time. So if a driver is having a concern that needs to be escalated, that they haven't been able to get resolved directly with their fleet leader or with a specific department, simply typing in that concern at We Love Our Drivers at Veriha.com, that comes directly to me via an email alert. and then I can go in right away and see what the concern is, assign that ticket to the most appropriate party to help resolve that. And we really have seen some good success where the ticket came in within 5 to 10 minutes. We had that issue resolved for the drivers. So it definitely does help us address issues more timelier than maybe sending in a suggestion through the driver portal, or maybe trying to get a hold of somebody on the phone. So it is a real-time alert that we do get, and we can start addressing that issue. So we have seen some success with it in the short time that we've been using it.
So I know that we just launched a Veriha Vault that talked about problem resolution and different things too, of that fear of, well, if I go tell my fleet leader that I'm going to have less miles, or my paycheck's going to be impacted. And I know how untrue that is, but could you expand as to we're really all just on that?
So yes, there is that vault of knowledge out there that talks about that escalation point in more detail, but truly this isn't about getting anybody in trouble. It's not, hey, I'm going over my fleet leader's head or maintenance or whoever the department might be. It's really about resolving the issues. So when we label this, we love our drivers at Veriha.com, it truly means we do, and we do care about our drivers to the point that we want everybody to have this awareness of retention and resolving issues. So everybody's on board here within the company that, hey, we're here to support our drivers. We don't want to be creating frustration for our drivers. They have enough to deal with shippers and receivers and weather and equipment breakdowns. So if there's something that we're doing to cause the frustration, we definitely want to address it right away and make sure we're taking care of things. So everybody's on board. At Veriha.com, expect that we will follow up. So don't be like, oh, I didn't want somebody to respond to me, I was just frustrated in the moment. Let's be real and have a real conversation and work through the issues. As Tricia said, right now I'm taking the lead on managing those tickets just so I can understand what the concerns are and maybe work better within our team to prevent those issues from arising in the future for other drivers. So
I know, and I love when you've talked about it, like that, our drivers are the boots on the ground, and there's things that we don't realize sometimes slack in our procedures and different things, and when they raise their hand, it's like, oh, well, yeah, let's see what we can do, and I know we've had some really great success with that.
Right, and it's really about, let's not let issues escalate and get to that point. So it might seem like it's a minor issue today, but if you're gonna sit and dwell on it, then it's probably something that you should escalate to that level. Definitely try to work through issues direct, of course, with your fleet leaders or the individual departments. But if you're not getting those results, that's when we want to see, the messages coming into us that we love our drivers, so that we can address that right away.
Well, I think there's always opportunity for growth. So we want to hear from the people that are out there doing it, and like you said, no one's going to get in trouble for it. It's going to give us an opportunity to grow if we can hear right from them.
It's about us getting better, and I always say we're not a perfect company. We don't claim to be a perfect company, but we can't fix a problem if we don't know it exists. So we really need our drivers to let us know what's bothering them and what we can do to get better.
Yeah, for sure.
So not only will our drivers be able to submit those tickets, anybody within the company can submit those tickets. So if somebody's aware of a driver frustration, they may escalate that to me just so I can do a check-in with the driver. Maybe the driver didn't feel comfortable bringing it direct, but if somebody overhears there may be a concern, I'm going to circle back and just validate whether it is something that we need to address, or if it truly was, something that did need to be escalated at that point. So anybody within Veriha Trucking can escalate issues.
I know, and I love that you're spearheading right now, because you're so good at getting the facts all the time and cutting through the minutia. I mean, okay, here's the stuff and streamlining. So I'm excited about that and what we're seeing. The next bigger change that we kind of done is we've been working on switching out our camera system. Why the switch?
So there has been a lot of driver angst with the change within the camera system. I know Rob Schneider just shared an FAQ sheet out on the Veriha Insider, so definitely go check that out. But really the main reasons for the switch were to get a more driver-friendly system. So with Netrodyne, we have a scorecard option that now we can see our drivers' good driving behavior, where lytics really was more on what behavior needed to be corrected. So now we have a better tool to look at the positive driving behavior and be able to share that positive feedback with our drivers. The drivers will have a score better. So definitely excited about that scorecard coming out. So I would say in the next couple of weeks we should have enough data to really start diving into the scorecards to really see what does that information look like, communicate what we're going to share with the drivers so that they can look forward to getting that information. So it's a little new to us yet. We don't have all the details. So I mean, that was one big positive for our drivers with the switch. The other change was the new cameras now have the 2 lenses that are side facing. So that also gives us an opportunity to subrogate against potential damage to our equipment that we didn't cause. So that's, we can go back and recover those costs. So definitely that's a positive. And also we have the ability to go retrieve footage if a driver alerts us that, hey, here's a situation I was in. We can go back and look at that and again subrogate if we need to address those issues. So definitely some really nice things coming out with our new cameras, and we just completed that install last week.
Oh, nice. I didn't know we were done. That's awesome to hear. And I know we've already been successful even with the side cameras of like being able to go back to companies and be like, hey, with that footage and
yeah,
be able
those
to get
side mirrors
stuff.
are expensive and that cost can add up over a fleet of our size. So
so awesome. And then we kind of got a lot of questions about the communication we just launched our driver emails 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, I think.
And you know, when do we use driver email versus mobile comm versus personal email? This is a topic a little bit close to my heart because I've been sending out a lot of the driver emails on people's behalf. But we were talking like with safety in the winter and the weather of like, it impacts your day today. So is there a road closure, a weather alert, a load assignment? That's going to fall under the mobile communication.
Yes, so we really want to keep the tablet mobile comm system strictly for work related. So load information, changes in your load assignments, all of those things. But definitely weather, we know that's you know, something that you need to know, drivers need to know immediately, real time. We can't wait for somebody to read an email. So any specific weather alerts, road closures, anything that really needs to be addressed urgently would be handled through the tablet. And then any other communication would be through the work email, which I believe the expectation would be having your email checked at least daily, just to see what information is being shared. So really looking at what are all of the different platforms that we can communicate with our drivers. We have the Veriha Insider, the Veriha Vault. We now have work email for our drivers. So it may seem like we're over communicating at times, but definitely we know not every method of communication works for every person. So find what works, you know, for you, and just make sure you're staying informed. So I think that's the biggest thing I hear from our drivers is we need more communication. We're not getting enough information. This is really, you know, our opportunity to give you another area to get that information without it really inconveniencing you. We know that sending fleet messages, sometimes you're pulling over to check a message only to find out it was something that was non-urgent. So just really being considerate of our drivers' time as well, and making things a little bit more efficient.
No, 100%. So we haven't sent out a lot, but you know, we have started being able to send those out and through, and it's been really kind of nice to see and, you know, get the feedback on how they're going out.
So it's my understanding that you can get it on your phone, correct? You can have that email come to your phone. So, but in their off time, then if they're if their mobile device with them, then they can check it on their phone and you can read through those emails then at a later date. The ones that
and I know there was a very detailed Veriha Insider out there as well, kind of stepping through, you know, how to access that email, how to get that on the phone. So again, reference that Veriha Insider, good information out there.
There's tons of stuff in the portal, so there's a link to the email in the portal. Under the reference documents, there's like how to get it on your iPhone or Android. There's a 1-minute video that is on the Veriha Insider and the portal as well that you just watch the 1 minute, shows you exactly how to sign in on the tablet. That was the one time I was actually really like geeked out, excited of how great video is, that we finished that video 15 minutes and we're able to, you know, visually show how simple and easy it is. I mean, it's less than a minute to do. So I think that was all the questions that we had. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to add?
I don't think so.
Well,
I'm good.
thank you, VIPs, for sending us in these questions. We really appreciate it. If you ever have any more, definitely feel free to put them in the comments if you are watching this on replay, and we'll work on getting back to you. Thank you for joining.